Line 18.
Okay, I make a motion to deny line 18 to cut small school administrators 11-month contract.
Second.
Been moved by Board Member Alford, second by Board Member Hall, that we deny line 18, cut small schools administrators to 11 months. All in favor of?
What did you say?
If I put it in my words, I would
You don't
say.
want to have it. You don't want to have it.
We deny the proposed cut. That's what you're asking. It's been seconded by Mr. Hall. Is that correct?
12
Yes.
Okay. So you need to call for the vote.
All in favor of?
Let's stay in 12 months.
That's what I called the first time for the vote. All opposed? 2 in favor, 3 opposed. It stays the same? Okay. What we on? I don't have a number on our paper, so I don't know.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Bailey, I had originally made a motion, but we had to go back. Well, I never did make a motion, but on this next one, I can just strike out small school principals.
If that's what your motion is, yes.
Okay, Madam Chair, I make a motion to reduce assistant principals and the small school 12-month staff to 0.90 FTE through attrition.
Second.
Okay. Mr. Hall, let me repeat. That motion was to reduce assistant principals and small school 12-month staff. Okay. To 0.90. It is properly moved by.
Well, Madam Chair, let me also add secretaries.
That's small staff. 12-month staff.
Okay.
12-month staff. Okay. And so we just erase the small school principals. Okay. That motion was to reduce assistant principals, small school 12-month staff to 0.90. Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Board Member Hall, second by Board Member Alford. All in favor of? 5-0, Mrs. Stickney. Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
could you please explain to the audience what you all just did?
They have papers, they know.
I don't know.
But wait a minute, let me just tell you all something. We had workshops and whatever, and we decided that the general public would have no input. When we had those workshops, we had workshops for your input then, and we took your input, now we're voting.
But we don't know what you voted is what we're saying.
Yeah,
We got confused, but.
Yeah,
What we're doing is,
are you cutting the small school
excuse me, I will repeat. The motion was to reduce assistant principals.
I think I can clarify this. I think I called this question. I think Mr. Board Member Hall specifically removed small school principals from his motion. Is that correct, Mr. Hall?
That's exactly
Right.
And so what that last vote was to reduce assistant principals and small school 12-month staff to 0.90 FTE through attrition. Is that correct?
That's correct.
But what about happening to one above,
That's
where just cut the the principals, 11 months? We don't understand what happened there.
It was cut.
It was cut. CUT.
Spell that again.
TUC.
Thank you.
So you are going to cut number 18.
That's what was voted. Okay. We're 19 or 20. Privatize custodians, cafeteria service workers.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to privatize custodian cafeteria service workers as they become available. When the person retires through attrition.
Second.
Been properly moved by Board Member Hall, second by Board Member Alford. We're conducting business here, it's very important. And as you said that you all did not hear it, everybody needs to hear. Please be quiet.
Madam Chair, you're not taking any questions?
Sir?
Because I would certainly like to ask the question of how you're going to privatize through attrition. I don't know any privatization company that will come in and say, we'll take your employees as they go out. You either privatize or you don't. And as the representative of these current employees, I don't understand how you're going to privatize through attrition.
Mr. Barnes has stepped out, so that's the way to deliver the,
Mr. Barnes is right there.
There you are. Explain to them what we're, do we have a second?
And when this came up, the only county that I knew of that actually privatized these two services was Liberty County. The two services together. Liberty County, the way that their actual privatization of custodial services currently works is they hired a company called GCA to actually come in and manage the custodial services, but the employees belong to the district. And then, or the district actually employs the person. Then as a person retires, as that employee retires, the new person coming in is hired directly by the company called GCA that Liberty County uses currently. So GCA actually still runs the program, but the employee is still the district's employee until they retire, and then the new person coming in goes to work directly for GCA. So that's the model that Liberty County currently uses.
Madam Chair, I would suggest to the board that would not be a wise use of your dollars to hire an outside company to come in and take over your actual custodial and food services. When you look at the fact that I know Mr. Barnes said you're saving $7,000 per employee, but I would submit to this board that this board needs to do further investigation before they make such a step as this. When you in fact privatize your employees, either custodial or food services, anybody else, you lose something that most districts need more now than ever, and that is the community connection with the students that go to that particular school.
And thank you, President. We're going to vote right now. It's moved by Board Member who? Second by Board Member Alford. All in favor of? All opposed?
Thank you. I'll hush for that.
Thank you. We have Lee Elementary, Pinelli Elementary, and Greenville Elementary students to Madison County Central School.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to move Lee Elementary, Pine Elementary, Greenville Elementary, Madison County Central School.
Second.
It's been properly moved by Board Member Hall, second by Board Member Alford, that we move these three outlying schools to our Madison Central School. Any discussion by the board? We'll take the vote. All in favor of? All opposed?
Thank you.
Redo the bus routes and organize bus stops in groups rather than door to door.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to redo the bus routes and organize bus stops in groups rather than door to door. Second.
Been properly moved by Board Member Hall, second by Board Member Alexander, that we redo the bus routes. All in favor of? 4. All opposed? 1. Okay. Go to school year round. Go to year-round school.
I make a motion, Madam Chair, to go to year-round school.
Second.
Been properly moved by Board Member Hall, second by Board Member Alford, that the children go to school year-round. All in favor of? 0. All opposed? 5. Use parent current volunteers for yard service.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to prepare volunteers for yard service.
It's been properly moved by Board Member Hall, second by Board Member Alford, that we use parents for yard service. All in favor of? One, all opposed? One for, Mrs. Dickey. Okay, reduce unrestricted fund balance to 4%.
Second.
It's been properly moved by Board Member Alexander, second by Board Member Hall, that we reduce the unrestricted fund balance to 4%. All in favor of? 0, Mrs. Dickey. All opposed? 5.
Madam Chair, I make the motion to reconstruct Excel school. And also in that motion, I make to use
First, we gotta make a motion to restructure Excel school, get a second, and then we'll go to the facility. Okay, it's been moved that, properly moved by Board Member Hall that we restructure Excel school, second by Board Member Alford. All in favor of? 5-0. Now we have the plan.
Madam Chairman, I make the motion to use option 2B.
Been properly moved by Board Member Hall, second by Board Member Alexander, that we need to reuse option 2B. Discussion. I have some discussions after reviewing last night, and that option 2, you all have that in front of you. And that's our option 2 is full day, 25 students at $6,100, and $3,060 will go to virtual school. So that means that we're going to have just a little bit of money left out for us. And then
76,500.
76.
1,500 for the students for 6 credits. That plan also has 1 teacher, 1 para.
And then this is what I want to ask about that. Now, virtual schools have a certain assignment period, a certain stop time, and a certain start time to get credits. Now, let me ask you this. If a child is in the 12th grade, and in March, that child gets sent to this particular school, will our virtual school be able to accept this child in that time frame?
They have worked with us, yes, ma'am, on getting the student into the classes that they need.
Okay.
Madam Chairman, with that point of clarification, option 3 is not clearly stated as far as the option that was presented by someone else.
Okay, when I finish with this, that one, and then you may state your position. Thank you. Now, let me just ask you. Let me ask you. Now, when a child needs to work at home, and he doesn't have a computer available to him at home, how are we going to do that?
The school makes one of that.
The school makes one available at his home. Okay. That's clearing up my questions. These questions need to be answered. And have we looked at another credit recovery program besides the A+? Have we looked at another recovery program besides the A+ program?
Yes, and we used to do a different credit recovery program when we changed to A+.
Okay. And option B, is that the same thing that we have, but it's just replacing credit recovery?
No, ma'am, the difference is that part of virtual school is an online course taught by a certified teacher in that field. So if you're taking a history course, it's taught by a certified history teacher. If you're taking an English course, it's taught by a certified English teacher. In the model with the A+ software, there was a certified teacher in the classroom, but the teacher may have been certified in English, which I may have been working on credit in science or math or such.
Okay, those are all the questions that I have about that. And Mr. Goldie, you said that you want, sir?
Just as point of
If
clarification.
you'll come to the stage, please.
Point of clarification, clarification on option 3. Option 3 was basically presented as it's currently presented as a 25 student. That option was presented to the school as a possibility for a full campus recovery on those, which would take that to a current status of 52. Currently, those students are only spending half a day there, and therefore they're only getting half of the possible generated FTE. Our recommendation was to include the students in a school all day long, therefore capturing all of their FTE, which for all intents and purposes will double the 10% return to the district. And so in option 3, you're actually gaining a larger return to the district in consideration for your financial standing.
Let's take that all over again.
Yes, ma'am. Currently, it is stated as option 3 being 25 students, with 90% of that FTE being retained by Twin Oaks for purposes of instruction, case management, and therapeutic services. There's a 10% return on any of the FTE generated that will go back to the school district. That's even the way it is in my current contract with the school district. For a point of clarification, this is not in fact what we presented to the school board. What we presented was that we would try to capture 100% of the FTE. Currently, your students that are going to Excel, they only go for half a day. My recommendation is if I was running the school, that I would maintain them full day. So one, we could get full FTE return. Secondly, so that I could do more intensive recovery on them, which I believe they're not getting currently in half a day.
So what you're saying is that you would have the students go full day?
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what you're saying is if we contract with you, you would provide us with alternative placement. You would lease the building, pay us for that building out there, to lease that building, or another building?
In introduction of the contract to lease that building.
Okay, and then you would provide these children with counseling?
Yes, ma'am. Therapy counseling, specified case management, and instructional materials and instruction.
And you will have, tell me about the teachers and all that stuff. Tell us about that.
We would structure into capacity of anywhere from 2 to 3, depending upon the needs of the students, 2 to 3 instructors with up to 2 paraprofessionals.
Oh, that sounds
with
good.
a case manager and a therapist. So now keep in mind that some of those we would have the ability of being able to use current therapists and case managers that we have on campus at our residential facility.
So that's what they've been asking all along for children at Excel School to see now how we're restructuring. This is what I'm questioning. If we restructure that, it says students will have to be charged with a felony. They're convicted of a felony on probation. Students will have discipline referrals that require expulsion or alternative placement. So students with truancy and excessive absences with whatever. So you're saying, and we've had the community ask us about counseling for these children. So you're saying you would provide that, and you're providing that, and you're saying from 2 to 3 instructors, 2 to 3 parents. You're going to lease that building from us, and you're going to pay us.
Yes, ma'am. Please keep in mind, this is all through contract negotiation.
I know it. I'm just asking these questions.
I'm looking at the attorney. Make sure that
questions.
I'm not promising anything without,
Exactly. I understand. I'm asking these questions. And you're proposing all these benefits to our children for $152,500.
No, actually, it will be projected. It will be twice that, because if your current population in Excel is 52, roughly.
Okay.
If I'm not correct. 52. Now, projected. That's 25. You only get 25 FTE because you have 52. You have roughly 50 students that only go half time. What my recommendation is that we maintain them full time. They already get delivered by the bus. You wouldn't have another bus route going back out. So I can keep those full time, and I think that would greatly enhance the return to the community and those students by that level of services being provided. So yes, ma'am, my recommendation is for an increasement of the services, along with an increasement of return back to the school board for the encumbrance of additional FTE.
And it keeps the students at the school all day, which gives them less chance to get back into trouble.
What do you do about the current?
Excuse me, Mr. James. Excuse me. Now, how many students are you talking about?
Your student, I can only project based off of what I'm referred to the school.
What would be the
Technically, you have 52.
Uh-huh.
And so you only pull, and I'm going off the numbers that you gave me, so I don't have verification of that. That's why I'm looking at the numbers. But if currently you're only pulling 26 FTE off of those 50 students because they only go half day. So what I'm saying is my recommendation is that for both service rendered and for service need of the youth, my humble recommendation is that they don't go half a day, they go a full day. And that and in doing so, then that escalates their FTE.
Certified counselor. And you're saying 2 to 3 instructors, 3 calories.
It would be completely based on their needs. And why I say that is because depending upon ESC needs, depending upon special needs for those youth, depending upon all of those matters. But yes, ma'am, I currently do have those services at my disposal and I'm able to provide that for the service of the youth.
Well, would it be computer-based or how?
Yes, sir. Currently we use NetOptions Orchard, which is a national-based, and there's another alternative, and I can, however you want to handle this, Madam Chairman, I've got my name on for other discussions. If you want to table till then, or I can remove myself from the general discussion and we can handle it now.
How would you want to handle this, Mr. Attorney? His stuff is not on. He's saying.
First of all, you got a motion, it's been made and seconded to accept the different options.
Wait a minute, the motion that we had was to restructure Excel, and then we never had a motion on which option we were going to do.
I believe.
No, we did.
I believe you did. I believe you said 2B, if I'm not mistaken.
No, we didn't have that motion on 2B, did we? You made a motion for 2B.
Simply following Robert's Rules of Order, I just made a point of clarification because it stated in front of the board, my option was not.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought that he had made the motion to restructure Excel school, and then he made the motion for option 2B, and we didn't give anybody else a chance to state their option, and that's where you were here for, and we don't have. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. All in favor of? They're gonna be on the computer? Okay. All in favor of? 2B. All opposed? 3-2, Ms. Dickey.
Madam Chair, can I ask a clarifying question?
Sir?
Can I ask a clarifying question on the vote you just took?
Yes, sir. It was 3 for 2 options. It was 3 for option B and 2 against.
Yes, ma'am. I know that. I just wanted to have some clarification on what that particular option means as far as implementation.
No.
The school district is a member of the Panhandle Area Education Consortium. They are a franchise for the Florida Virtual School. The students at Excel would be enrolled in Florida Virtual School for 6 credits, and there would be a teacher and a para that would oversee them their full day. They would be their full day, transported by the district to school, home in the afternoon, and they would receive credits on Florida Virtual School, which is each course taught by a certified teacher.
Okay, thanks.
Superintendent Miller, is this limit to 6 credits? Madam Chair, is this 6 credits?
Mrs. Miller.
6 per semester or what?
That's what we had proposed. It can be more than that. Students progress at their pace.
So it could be more than 6 credits. Madam Chair, I make a motion to combine the positions of supervisor for transportation and supervisor for maintenance.
I second that.
I have a motion by myself to combine find the, find the position of supervisor for transportation and supervisor of maintenance. Mr. Beata passed the gavel and seconded. All those in favor of? All those opposed? No? Yeah. What, who all's in favor of doing? One, opposed? Four.
Okay, rezone school districts so students attend near home.
Second.
Been properly moved by board member Alexander, second by board member Hall, that we rezone school districts so students attend near home. Discussion? All in favor? Zero. All opposed? Okay, reduce superintendent and board salaries by same amount as employee salary reduction.
Well, that's individual. Yeah. Mr. Barnes, I would like to reduce my salary for 3%, by 3% this coming fiscal year.
I want to reduce mine by 3%.
I'll reduce mine by 3%.
The bottom number, you actually have you got $27 more than what you usually got to pay your accounts. Okay, so that's total out to, so that's the bottom line, it's 840, about 846, is that right? I'm sorry, 646, 315. Which was $2,747 more for 2 years. You see the sum down at the bottom?
Okay, I see.
Average of the sum?
Yes. 646.
Oh, can we, Madam Chair, can I discuss something right now? I mean, I was almost listening in by the way. I'm gonna ask this board, when we cut the small school administrators to 11 months, that means you're gonna have your secretary and your custodian there without supervision. That's all. I mean, there's no way I can bring it back, but you have a case now where you have the secretary and your custodian there, and they're not going to have any supervision. Well, that kind of helps to get the school around.
You got a secretary and custodian, they do their job, and the secretary gonna answer the phone, the custodian's gonna clean, and the principal just gonna supervise those two.
Can the audience say something?
Start ahead.
Okay, at Springfield Elementary, there will be Boys and Girls Club, and there will be Head Start, and we're gonna have a summer academy for the next 3 years in a row. Secretaries and custodians can't do that. And if you look at what you did, you cut 3 people in this district, 11%, and everybody else 3. 3 people in the district was cut 8% for the, because of the cut in the month, and 3% to retirement. So in effect, we were cut 11% while everybody else was cut 3.
Nobody, Mr. Barkley, nobody in the district was cut 3%.
Well, how about the 3% to the...
Only until you retire.
Okay,
Well,
that's
this
3%
board
out of out of your check. That's 3% out of your check. Then you cut
We got that
10%
same amount.
of a job. That's 11%.
We got that same amount.
Cause see, when we originally started off, for 1% of every employee would have been $132,000.
Well,
And that was taken off the list. That wasn't even an
the one
option.
thing that really, that we're talking about here that just really makes us wonder what's going on is when you leave a $20,000 activity bus and then cut your educational personnel. That, to us, that don't
We
make
want to
sense.
know what's going on with these school grades.
Well, I'll tell you what's going on with them. We're teaching the best we can. We're teaching the children that come. Our school came up this year by 80 points.
It
which is
fell
very-
from an A to an F under your direction.
No, ma'am, it fell from
Yes,
an A to
sir.
F
And
under.
A to an F, it didn't make A.
But that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Leadership.
Absolutely. And the leadership is what
And if
you're
the leadership is no good, and you can't relate to your personnel, and you can't relate to people, don't know how to talk to them, and whatever, yeah, they're going to be teachers.
Who are we talking about now?
Just any
No. Who are you talking about?
Any
I'm not
leadership.
saying we're talking
But did
about-
you fall from an F when you went to that school? Was that school an A? You brought up the conversation. Was that school an A?
Yes,
And
ma'am,
it was
it
the
was.
first time in history it was an A and they AYP'd you. And then when you went there, everybody expected that the grade might drop some, but they never thought that the grade would drop from an A to an F. And the principal who was there, who had made the A, was let go. Nobody thought, And then you had a second year, and when you had a second year, you came up to a D. We thought maybe it'd come up to a B, but it's still a D, a low D.
Have the grades come out for second?
No.
No, the grades haven't come out, but
How do you know what the grade is?
because the same things that was given to the district, I got from the Department of Education,
Grades
and I got it
come
from.
out of the school.
Well, okay, well, what were you all meeting about and discussing grades and whatever, and then we discussed grades with the central school and the information that we got from the accountability personnel?
Miss A, I don't mean to be rude here, but if you voted to cut all 3 of your outline school administrators to 11 months based on your dislike of Mr. Barkley, you just cut 2 administrators that made A and B and one of them
Let me
made
just tell
A.
you something, that's not based on my dislike. Do not speak to me. Do not ask him to speak to me about dislike, because I have no dislike for Mr. Barkley. I'm stating what's in black and I'm stating what's in white. And I'm stating all the scores, and you can go on the Department of Education online, you can ask the scores from the schools, anything. I'm stating what's in black and white. I'm not stating dislike, I'm stating for the education of our students, you see. Because, see, you just voted to do a lot of educational cuts, but you didn't vote to cut the activity bus. You see, and when I was in school and we had children who did activities, we picked our children up after school if they wanted to do that. But you cut all kind of educational cuts and didn't cut the activity bus. So if you want to discuss with me, now you look at yourself and don't have to speak with me and put words in their mouth of dislike. I have no dislike for Mr. Barkley. I am talking facts.
I would like to say something.
And if you don't like my vote, hooty. Tell my constituents, the people who vote for me, because you will not control it. All right?
All I'm saying is that
You won't control it.
we have
That's what I'm
students
telling
at the school, and the administrator needs to be there.
Well, if you don't get what you like, then you go back and argue about it. And then when you get what you like, you just sit mum about it. You can't control everything. You will not control everything. When the cuts that I wanted and didn't get, I didn't speak out against them. I just let them stood as they were because that's the way we voted. We get one vote per person. And then you don't get to contest me on my vote. That's a privilege, and that's for my constituents, and you're not in my district. And you vote for your district, and I vote for mine.
All I was stating was that I have concerns that students are on the campus without an
I
administrator
have
there.
concerns about our FEMA stuff that was voted on, and I'm not saying it. Just if you didn't get what you want, then you have concerns.
That's not
That you got, you don't have
I
concerns.
have just as much right to ask questions as you do.
Well, not about my vote.
I'm not asking about your
Well,
vote.
yes, you did.
I'm stating concerns that an administrator is not on the school campus.
Well, it has. We don't have activity buses, and we cut education programs, but now you give it to all kind of activity stuff.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. can adjourn anytime we get ready. If the motion has been made and if we get heated enough, we will adjourn.
Motion. Second.
It doesn't need a second because to adjourn,
Madam Chair, point of clarification, you approved by board vote on the agenda is not being followed. I'd just like to point that out as point of clarification.
but as determined by the chair, it's determined by this board under Robert Rules of Order. We go by Robert Rules of Order.
Yes, ma'am. Understood. That's why I made the point of clarification. Because according to Robert's Rules of Order, if a vote is placed on and that vote is followed and approved, then it must be followed through to a T.
We're going to get some input from legal on it.
Fair enough.
And
Whether it needs a second or whether we can do it or not, we get the input from legal.
Probably adjournment, or we want to adjourn.